Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to read The Scarecrow's Hat, written and illustrated by Ken Brown. So since it's written and illustrated by him, what all did he do? He wrote the story and drew the pictures. What do you think this story's going to be about based on the title and the picture? Has anyone ever seen a scarecrow before? Was it scary looking like its name, or was it funny looking or sweet looking? Does this look like this scarecrow is scaring the bird away since the chicken's sitting on its head just looking at it? Let's find out. So the Scarecrow's hat. That's a nice hat, said Chicken to Scarecrow. Yes, it is, replied Scarecrow, but I'd rather have a walking stick. I've been standing here for years now, and my arms are so tired. I'd love a walking stick to lean on. I'd swap my hat for a walking stick any day. Now, Chicken didn't have a walking stick, but she knew someone who did. That's a nice walking stick, said Chicken to Badger. Yes, it is, replied Badger, but I'd rather have a piece of ribbon. It gets hot and stuffy underground, so I'd prop my door open with my stick. But I'm always tripping over it. If I had ribbon, I could tie the door open. I'd swap my walking stick for a ribbon any day. Now, Chicken didn't have a ribbon, but she knew someone who did. That's a nice ribbon, said Chicken to Crow. Yes, it is, said Crow, but I'd rather have some wool. My nest is on this high stone ledge, and it's very hard to sit on. I'd love some warm, soft wool to line it with. I'd swap this ribbon for some wool any day. Now, Chicken didn't have any wool, but she knew someone who did. That's a nice wool coat, said Chicken to Sheep. Yes, it is, replied Sheep, but I'd rather have a pair of glasses. I have to keep a lookout for the wolf, and my eyes are not as good as they used to be. I really need a pair of glasses. I'd swap some of my wool for a pair of glasses any day. Now, Chicken didn't have a pair of glasses. What do you think it's going to say next? But she knew someone who did. That's a nice pair of glasses, said Chicken to Owl. Yes, it is, said Owl. My old one's broke, so I had to get a new pair, but I'd rather have a blanket. The sun streams through my windows and keeps me awake all day, which wouldn't matter if I had a good thick blanket to sleep under. I'd swap my glasses for a blanket any day. Now, Chicken didn't have a blanket, but she knew someone who did. That's a nice blanket, said Chicken to Donkey. Yes, it is, replied Donkey, but I'd rather have a few feathers. The flies drive me crazy buzzing around my ears. My tail isn't quite long enough to flick them away. But if I had some long feathers tied to the end of it, I could swap them easily. I'd swap my blanket for a few long feathers any day. Who do you think might have the feathers? Quick as a flash, Chicken pulled out 1, 2, 3 of her longest feathers and tied them to Donkey's tail. Why do you think she tied them to Donkey's tail? Donkey was delighted and true to his word. He swapped the blanket for the feathers. Can you see Donkey's using the feathers to swat the flies away to make his tail longer? Chicken took the blanket to Owl, who swapped it for his glasses, the old ones, of course. She took the glasses to Sheep. She swapped them for the wool. Who do you think he's going to take the wool to? She took the wool to the Crow, who swapped it for her ribbon. Who's the ribbon going to? She took the ribbon to the Badger, who swapped it for his walking stick. Finally, she took the walking stick to who? To Scarecrow. With a grateful sigh of relief, he leaned his old tired arms on the stick and gladly swapped it for his battered old hat. Chicken took the hat and filled it with fresh, sweet-smelling straw. That's a nice nest, said Duck. Yes, it is, said Chicken, and I wouldn't swap it for anything. Why do you think Chicken wouldn't swap that nest for anything? Because she worked so hard to get that nest, didn't she? What all did she have to do to end up with the hat? That's right, she had to make lots of different trades. What did the badger want? A ribbon, and why? To prop open his door. What did the sheep want? Glasses to see the wolf. What did the crow want? Wool to make a soft nest. What did the donkey want? Long feathers to help make his tail longer to swat the flies away. What did the owl want? A blanket to cover the light so he could sleep. So everybody wanted something everyone else had. Did it work that they swapped everything? Yes, and like we've been talking about the sequence, we talk about the order it went in. Who he went to first, who did he go to last, and did it start over to make its way back to the Scarecrow? Turn and talk to your partner about that. All right, before you do that, though, I'm going to talk about some vocabulary words. What do you think that it meant when it talked about swat the flies away? Everybody show me what it looks like to swat without touching anyone. Show me. Oh, we're trying to get it out of our face, aren't we? What does it mean to swap? We said they were swapping stuff in the story. Exchanging or trading. So they swapped glasses for wool. Things like that. So those are some words we might not have known that would help us learn about the story just a little bit better. So now that we've talked about some vocabulary words, I want you to turn and talk to your friend about the order things happen in the story. We're going to place the order on our sheets and then compare it as a class.